All right, y'all. Today we've got to talk about Claressa Shields. And yes, we've got to bring Laila Ali into this because for some reason, Claressa stays locked in on women she clearly looks up to. And baby, it's getting obvious. Laila Ali is no exception. Y'all already know she's no exception. Remember when Laila Ali broke down exactly what caused the fallout between her and Claressa Shields? You know what I'm saying? She explained why she had to distance herself and cut those mentor ties completely. She was actually supposed to guide Claressa, but Claressa didn't want the guidance. And one thing Laila consistently pressed her on was discipline. Her weight, conditioning, staying fight ready, all of that. So now, instead of zeroing in on the actual opponent, Claressa jumps on Twitter/X and once again shifts the spotlight everywhere but the ring. She's busy curating what I can only call a Remy Ma starter pack aesthetic. Same hairstyles, same glam, same layered chains, the Van Cleef bracelets, bold fur coats, matching heels, the whole production down to the smallest detail, you feel me? And now she's assembling a hype squad that feels very much like a knockoff of Floyd Mayweather's Money Team era. That's the vibe. It's given gas me up, cheer for me, dance behind me, all theatrics and extra energy. Except when the pressure turned real, that same crowd was nowhere in sight. Nowhere was it time to really stand on business. So with that said, let's get into what Claressa actually tweeted, because at this point, the buildup is more dramatic than the bout itself. This entire fight rollout feels like everything except boxing is reading like a performance, because instead of locking in on strategy, Claressa seems more concerned with what folks are saying about her, about Papoose, and especially about what Laila Ali thinks. So let's pull up the tweet. Claressa Shields posted, "I bet Lil Ali won't be chatting about my body no more. Take your shirt off and let's see your six-pack, you snake-hating ass witch. This is the Shields era. Hashtag Claressa Shields." So clearly, Laila Ali is still living rent-free in your head. Still. And last time I checked, Laila is in phenomenal shape. Last time I checked, there's absolutely nothing lacking over there. But hold up. Why does any of that matter when you've got a fight tonight against Franchon? That's who your energy should be reserved for. That's where your tunnel vision should be. But Claressa lives online 24/7. And if all these antics are required just to drive viewers to tune in, that's not confidence, that's desperation. If you have to shove someone at the final weigh-in to spark headlines, if you've got to hop on multiple lives afterward to stir conversation, if you first claim the arena is sold out, but then turn around begging folks to still grab tickets, that math isn't adding up. Sold out means sold out, period. And this pattern of obsession is concerning. She hyperfixates. She latches on to every critique instead of focusing on the mission, instead of focusing on the belt, instead of focusing on the actual fight. Meanwhile, Laila Ali has been happily married to her husband for years, building a life, raising a beautiful family. She's not outside in chaos. There are no scandals attached to Laila's name, no messy online back and forths. You won't catch her sparring on Twitter/X. When she addressed Claressa, she did it calmly, professionally, and with receipts in hand. But Claressa's default seems to be attack mode, sharp words, mean energy, pure hostility online. Outside of the 2 YouTube videos where Laila explained her stance, she has not mentioned Claressa at all. Not once, not repeatedly, not obsessively. Laila has been minding her business and posting her cooking content like nothing ever happened. And speaking of that, let's take a look at what Laila Ali was doing just a few days ago.
So you know I have a new puppy, and trying to incorporate her into the family and get my cooking done without her having to be up in her kennel all the time, I decided to buy this little, basically running leash. Literally keeping her next to me, and now she wants to do this. And I'm getting it done, okay? Tonight I cooked some fresh green beans, sauteed them in a little butter, olive oil, and my spice blends, put it with a steak and potato, and did this all while having Bali at my side. It's been working pretty good. Anybody else have one of these?
So as you can clearly see, Laila Ali is not losing a single ounce of sleep over Claressa Shields. She's not pressed about Claressa at all. She genuinely could not care less. Her focus is on her new puppy. Her focus is on whipping up incredible meals in her kitchen. Her focus is on those 21 knockouts under her belt, something Claressa Shields does not have. Her focus is on her handsome, devoted husband, something Claressa Shields does not have. Instead, Claressa is outside attached to somebody else's husband. Yes, I'm talking about Remy Ma's husband. It's all about Laila Ali's recipes and her seasoning game, something Claressa Shields clearly does not have. And if we're keeping it real, sis, maybe instead of arguing online, you should be in the kitchen cooking for your entanglement while he's busy ordering DoorDash and Uber Eats instead of eating your food, because that right there speaks volumes. Laila Ali's husband literally said, "Listen, for my birthday, I don't want a restaurant, I don't want anything fancy, I don't want Uber Eats or DoorDash. I want your cooking." He said he wanted her food. He wanted real soul food because he knows she can throw down in that kitchen. That's the energy Laila Ali's household is on. Meanwhile, your married boo is online giving you polite little food reviews, not even finishing the plate, not licking his fingers, and then magically disappearing from the camera every time it's time to rate your cooking again. In fact, he hopped right back to New York for some real meals, and when he returned, it's been takeout ever since. Except for that one time your friend made him breakfast instead. And girl, that is not the same. I truly do not understand why Claressa Shields keeps doing this. I don't understand why she fixates on everybody else. She is dialed into everything except securing the win in that ring. And let's be honest, it also feels like she carries a personal grudge against women whose lives aren't messy like hers, or anyone who doesn't have scandal and chaos attached to their name. Her go-to move is baiting people into messy back-and-forth exchanges. Her strategy is to drag folks down to her level and call it competition. When Laila Ali said Claressa needed to tighten up her conditioning, she wasn't cruel or disrespectful, but Claressa interprets any critique as a personal attack, just like every opinion becomes bullying in her book. And no, it's not harassment, it's called commentary. It's simply people reacting to what you choose to put out there. People were genuinely rooting for Claressa Shields. People wanted her to win. But she made it seem like showing off with a married man was the priority. She made it seem like copying a Remy Ma-inspired aesthetic was the priority. She made it seem like everything mattered more than being the undisputed best female boxer alive. She chose being chronically online and obsessing over public opinion instead of locking in for the fight. And that's the real issue. It's about staying glued to the timeline. It's about crafting that viral tweet. It's about feeding the algorithm so her name never stops trending. It just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning. So with all that hype out of the way, that's a wrap on this one. That's it, that's all. We've reached the end of the line for this video. Drop your thoughts down below in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're alerted the second I upload. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.